Aloha and welcome back to our show. I'm Sherri Carden, and today we're going to talk about creativity, self-sufficiency, and a little bit of biodynamic permaculture. I wanted to share with you this papaya tree that was actually planted here by the chickens and how easy it is to harvest it no matter how tall your tree gets. All you need is a good bamboo pole and you just push up underneath the papaya, and when it's ready, okay, maybe you need to push up a little. No, didn't do it. Well, let's try one more time. Key with this stuff is just never give up and make sure you have a nice soft surface for it to land, and be sure to get it right away, otherwise you might forget where it was or how many of them you took down. So here's our papaya for today. We're lucky this tree survived because the goat likes to come back here and do a lot of landscaping. We call him the landscaping gourmet. You'll notice there's no stamens in most of the anthuriums in this part of the yard. Well, you might be wondering, why is it a good idea to grow your own papaya when they're so cheaply available at the farmer's market? Because these are grown without GMOs and they're nurtured by all the love and care of the farm animals. And I know what else you're thinking. Finally, Sherri has a hair color that matches her vibrant and fiery personality. Mocha, it's papaya time. The best reason to grow your own papayas is right here. If you have a donkey, and better yet, if you have chickens, come over here. Come over here, Mocha. Papaya time is over here. Well, if you have a donkey, you know they're very willful. Why don't you come over here? Okay, he's compromising today. Mocha, look. So he gets the seeds. It's really nice for him to have the seeds because it makes him happy. And then the chickens, they get to eat some seeds too, and they can go and plant new little papaya saplings. And as soon as they're big enough, before Dashy Boy gets them, there you go, Mocha. I'm going to go around and I'm going to pull them up and transplant them so that we can have new papaya trees. Isn't that wonderful? And guess who else likes papayas? The bunnies like papayas, but they like to have the peel. So I simply pull the peel away from the papaya, and this is the part I'll use later for myself because I get to eat the inside. And then the skin, we just cut it up, and we can feed that to the little bunnies because they like papaya skins very, very much. In fact, let's go give some to them right now. This is the only painting I've done since I got this property because I'm so busy working on other projects, which especially is the garden. The garden is a biodynamic permaculture garden. I work in it every day for hours and hours, and it to me is such a great source of beauty because it feeds us and we can all learn things about it. But this painting is about Mocha and his dreams and his adventures, so hope you enjoy.
For you. See, everybody likes papayas. Everybody likes to eat the papayas. Oh, you're being finicky today? You want it for later?
Okay, well, everybody gets to eat a little bit of papaya today.
So it gets shared evenly. Okay.
My normal routine in the morning is to get all these big chunky pieces of cinder that are growing in between the plants and replant them in the front yard where we've made these wonderful paths and this beautiful, beautiful garden that's taken a couple of years. So I usually collect a little bit, about a bucket, just to see where the grass is grown in, and then spread it around. That way I don't have to buy new cinder. It's like the old cinder is getting reused and repurposed. My idea for sustainability is to not buy anything unless you absolutely have to. Okay? You know, one of my themes is, and my motto, recycle it until it just biodegrades. So if you have something on your property and you're wondering, what can I do with that? Suppose you have a flat frog, makes a great coaster. Just make sure it's nice and clean and dry. Or a rat makes a wonderful doorknob hanger or a Christmas ornament. I found this mongoose, which I thought would make a lovely address sign. I'm going to give it to my neighbor. I had to paint a new tail on it. But you know, it's fine. You can use acrylic paints and whatever you have laying around to be creative. Next, we're going to go to the donkey pen. There's something in there that we can recycle.
Okay.
This is so valuable. This is donkey manure. And I heard once that soil is more valuable than gold. And believe me, in Puna, that is certainly the case. So you just scoop it together and then into your wheelbarrow it goes. If you're wearing a hat, make sure you take inventory of the height above you so you don't conk yourself. Actually, maybe I should take the hat off for now. So gather up some donkey manure, whatever else you see laying around that you can use in the front yard. I personally am going to recycle this goat blanket, which used to be a massage sheet. So it's already been recycled once, and we're going to use it on one of the paths in the front yard under the gravel so that we have a beautiful walking garden. I can't wait to show it to you. I'd pick some of these little Hawaiian chili peppers to take with us to the front yard because the other day I saw one of those wild pigs, so I thought, well, maybe some chili peppers will deter him if I put those in the ground. So I'm taking those with me today. See you in a bit. Going to different parts of the yard and doing stuff. I'm going to go there and then walk down. We're in the front yard now, and you know how you can tell? There's stamens on the anthuriums. And look how happy these guys look because they're not being chewed on by the goat on a daily basis. Well, I guess I got here a little bit too late to put the peppers up because the pigs have already arrived and torn the place up. This is what they do. They pull the rocks up, they pull up your pineapple plants, they eat all your sweet potatoes, and they make a big mess of everything. People have told me, well, all you have to do is go out there and bang pots and pans together. I've done that. They keep coming back. Somebody said, get a dog. So I got a dog. And all he does is bark at them, and they just look at him and laugh. Let's see what else they've done around here. Oh, it's a mess. So all the cabbages have been turned sideways. All the plantings that I had done with lots of cardboard and wood chips are now dug up and mixed together with the pathways. So I'm going to have to redo everything. It's going to be a lot of work. It's just a mess. All of the things that I worked so hard to save and recycle and put in the garden to make a barrier so that the weeds wouldn't grow have now been dug up. And it doesn't look so good when the neighbors come by and see stuff like this in the ground. I try to recycle everything. I try not to be sentimental. I used to have a neighbor that would come over when the pigs invaded my property, and he'd just shoot them. And I'd always make sure my next door neighbor wasn't home because she really likes pigs. But one time he shot the pig, and he always gets the pig. But it ran over to her property and screamed its head off, and so she got really upset, and she yelled at me, and then she told all the neighbors that I was a murderer. So I stopped doing that, and now I have to deal with this. This place is a mess. It was the most beautiful garden, and it was sentimental too. Oh, look. My first Valentine's present from Chris. Oh, 1989. Just replanting. Oh. The good end to the story is that I have another guy that comes and gets the pig and eats it. He'll take it home and he eats it. So the pigs never go to waste. In fact, I think I'll give him a call, see what he's doing later. Oh boy, well, the banana trees are still standing. That's amazing. It used to be very evenly placed around here, but look, we still have a little baby pineapple. I'm a little flummoxed. The baby pineapple has survived. Hopefully it will grow to maturity. And I can put the rocks back. I'm going to chase those pigs away. These pigs just do a lot of damage. I wonder what they're thinking as they're doing it. Uh-oh, who knocked over the little angel? Oh, we're going to get in trouble now. Don't do that again. Anyone can tell you one of the most important attributes you can have is patience and optimism. But sometimes I wonder, after an excruciating experience like that destroyed probably hundreds and hundreds of hours of hard work, at least a couple years worth, what is the lesson in it? What's that for? Why is that happening? Maybe it's to build character. Maybe I need more character. Anyways, I just wanted to encourage all of you, when you're having one of those days, I call them good days and better days. So no matter what's happening, you can always have a good day, even though you could say, well, I've had better days. Good days and better days. This is Miss Kitty. She's a full-blooded, silky chicken, and she likes to dig in the dirt. That's why her head is always kind of muddy looking. Sometimes I spray her head blue, just so that she feels special. But she is a Chinese silky chicken, which is the oldest breed of chicken on the planet, and the sweetest, too. She'll come right and sit in your lap and cuddle with you. Hello, Miss Kitty. I bet you'd like some papaya, wouldn't you? Want some papaya? I think we have papaya for you. Papaya, bunny cakes, and Kitty don't all get along at the same time. They're very competitive. Hi, sweetie. He's a free-range bunny because he likes to come and go into his cage. So I leave his cage open so he and his girlfriend can come and go. It makes him happy. The other bunnies don't always come back, but he always does. Yes, you do. Yes, you do, don't you? Yes, I do. Chili gets really upset when the pigs come through here because he wants to chase them. Don't you? I want to go get the piggies. Where's the piggies? He really likes to hunt them, and if I wasn't so strong, he would tear after them and chew their little legs off. But I have him on a good leash, so he'll be under control. But he wants to go in the front yard and see what happens. Come on, Chili. Let me show you what happens. We have an avocado. That's a bright spot. This tree is the most amazing tree. Most avocado trees put out a whole bushel full of fruit all at once, and then you don't have enough friends for enough guacamole and Cinco de Mayo parties. But this tree drops one fruit maybe every day, sometimes every other day, and it's hard. When it lands, it's still hard, which means it's not smushy. The key is to get it before somebody else does, because sometimes the little chickens will show up and they'll eat the front of it, or sometimes little mice get it, or maybe the piggies. Chili, do you think maybe the piggies got the avocado before we did? Chili, do you think he likes avocados too? Do you want this? Yeah, it's good, huh? Says, I like avocados, Mama. I like avocados more than I dislike piggies, because we're going to shift your focus. Think about something happy. This is good, huh? Yeah, it's pretty good. I don't know if you should be eating the peel. Want me to get the seed out for you? Here. Here we go. Here we go. No, you don't have to chase it. It's okay. You don't have to chase it. Let's try not to eat the skin. I think on Oprah they said you can't eat the skin on these things. So I'm trusting you not to eat the skin. I'm not going to take it away. I just want to make sure you're safe and sound. We love you, and we know you're going to chase the piggies away. You're going to make sure they never come back again, huh, Jill? Says, yes, Mama. That's what I'm saying. If I'm out here watching the place, they're never coming back again. Where do you think they're coming in, Shelly? Distracted, Mom. Eating avocado. No time for thinking. He's a really good dog. He's a really good hunter dog. He's just so exuberant. He just doesn't know when to stop. So he'll start going on a killing spree. But the avocado seems to have calmed him temporarily. He could be a good avocado hunter, but he'd probably eat them on the way if I asked you to deliver them every morning. Okay, don't eat the peel, just eat the inside. Well, this is great. Look what just happened, Chili Dog. An avocado fell, and even though it's a pretty hard avocado, it did land with a smoosh. So every time you find one and it's got a spot taken out of it, because I just saw this just fall out of the tree just now, it doesn't necessarily mean somebody else has been chewing on it. So I've been blaming the chickens and the little mice and probably even the piggies for smooshed avocados. But this avocado is so big, and it came from kind of a tall place. That's why it landed with a smush. So this is going to be my avocado, Chili. This is my avocado. So let me just stick this in the wheelbarrow, and then I'll go up to the path and talk about it. Well, you can tell that the pigs have definitely left their mark in my garden. My poor mulberry plant. It was doing so well. It had so much deep soil and mulch around it, which is a lot of work. So I'm just going to have to prop all this stuff back up again. My comfrey plant seems to have survived. It just doesn't have any mulch on one side. But see what they do? They burrow underneath the rocks, and then they tear up all the cardboard, which is what was helping to create the soil bed. And then they make big holes because they're looking for worms. Pigs like worms. Oh, Chili thinks he's going to deter them. Yeah, I don't have as many worms now in my garden as I used to. So the pigs ate them. The taro plant survived, which is amazing, because that's a root crop and they like things that are in the ground. But all my sweet potatoes have been decimated, and I don't see a single pumpkin plant left. Oh, I wonder if they're going to come back again tonight. I don't know. I'm sure it's going to be a lot of work to reconstruct all these rocks, rebury all these tarps, and put all these carpets back and try and turn them back into paths again, instead of being all mixed up with the places where things grow and places where you're supposed to walk. I was so happy with this garden. I couldn't wait to show it to all of you. I was so proud of it. I'm so excited, and now it's somewhat of a disaster. But it's still here. The soil didn't go anywhere. And it will be a new learning curve. It will be a new way for me to expand my optimistic proportions and find that bright spot, find something really good to think about. What do you think, Chili Dog? Yeah, I think so. And then I'm going to chase them and I'm going to chew their legs off. Okay, you think so? And we'll go look at the rest of the garden, see what else they did. You want to do that? You want to go find the piggies? I want to find the piggies. Where's the piggies? Go get the piggies, Shelly. Where's the piggies? Where's the piggies go? They're gone, Mom. They're gone. They left already. So I'm not so excited.
You know where they went? Where's the piggies?
This garden has strawberries and sweet potatoes, basil, kale, wild spinach, some mint, chives, and it's on its way back. Unfortunately, the pigs have dug up all the cardboard. Now, the purpose of the cardboard is to make a barrier between your plantings and the jungle, because if left unchecked, this whole jungle is going to encroach on the garden. So by putting cardboard down and then putting wood chips on top, that's going to create soil underneath after a while. You just use the donkey do, and then you add the cardboard and the wood chips. Now, unfortunately, there's a big mess where the cardboard is. Will need to be replaced and rearranged, but it will still work. The idea is to simplify your gardening work so that you don't have to always come out here and pull weeds. Now, there are people, I don't know if you know any of them, but there are people, and I know some of them, and they swear that the best part about gardening is pulling the weeds. And I don't agree with that. I think the best part about gardening is eating. And that makes me really happy. I'd much rather eat than pull weeds. So I'd rather spend a little bit more time preparing the soil, making a good strong soil base so that the plants can thrive, rather than spending time going back over and over and over again pulling weeds. Because as you can see, different places, even through the carpet, even through the cardboard, the other plants are still going to come in. So from time to time you do have to go back, pull these out again, and then replace it with more cardboard and more cinder. And there's always more cinder. You just walk around and find those chunky pieces that are on the driveway. And there you go. It's not going to be easy, but I'm not going to look back and regret that I wasted all that time, because I didn't. I love working in the garden. It makes me very happy. I love being with the plants, and I think it's one of the best ways that you can connect with nature and the divine. So enjoy your garden, and I'll enjoy mine very soon. Maybe not today, but soon. Not survived. It made it past Dashy the goat, and we planted it in the front where we thought it would be safe, but it did not survive. I don't think it's going to come back, but I'll give it a try anyways. These two seem to be doing well. Thank you, piggies, for not eating all the papaya trees, because they're an important part of what we have around here. This is down. Then my animals like to get out through the holes made by the pigs. I'm glad that they didn't destroy my jackfruit tree. I'm looking forward to this. If you've never eaten a jackfruit, it tastes absolutely amazing. And they make fruits that are about this big, and you peel it all apart in little sections. It tastes delicious. Kind of like pineapple, only a little gentler. And it could feed a family of 10. One fruit feeds a family. This rainbow eucalyptus tree was the first thing I saw that made me fall in love with this property, and I'm so happy to be here. So every now and then I come out and give it a big hug, because it's a big tree. This is wood chips that are left by some of the tree trimmers that go through the neighborhood. I'm on their list, and I always tell them, if you need a place to drop your wood chips, I'll even pay for them. They'll call me up sometimes and say, we need a place to drop the wood chips, and then they leave them here. And this is what I use when I'm working in the garden. I put it on top of the cardboard, and you have to turn it over very often, which there's another good thing about the pigs. They mulched my garden for me, and I didn't even realize how much good they had done. So yeah, get yourself a nice big pile of wood chips, and it'll help to create soil in your garden, and you'll be happy. And I guess you don't want to make your garden too good too soon, because if the pigs find out about it, you're going to wish you hadn't spent so much time in it. You're going to wish you'd spent more time doing something else. I love gardening, but I hate to see it just sort of get So if you're having a good day, even though you may have had better days, how about making yourself a really nice healthy smoothie? And what would we make it with? Papaya. We're back making that smoothie because it's important to always find that one good thing to focus on. If you focus on the problem, then you change your whole dynamic. So let's focus on something positive. We've got some nice organic apple juice here, and we've got our papaya that we gathered from this morning. I gave half of it to Mocha and the bunnies, and I'm going to use my little ice cream scooper because it's nicer than using just a spoon. The other thing you want to put in, which is amazing, is cilantro. If you buy it at the farmer's market, it sometimes comes with these little roots on the end that you can just plant into one of your garden boxes. So just break off a piece because they say a handful of cilantro every day will help cure cancer. I like putting bananas in just about every smoothie because it gives it a nice texture. And goodness knows I could use some nice texture right now. Last but not least, cacao powder. We do have, or we did have, a cacao tree in the front. I was going to show that to you. It was doing so well. It had its first little pod on it. And then we're just going to focus on what we do have. We have cacao powder. And best of all, frozen bananas. No matter what color they are, you can just pop them in the blender. And instead of using ice cubes and watering down your smoothie, it will taste even more like bananas. Yes, it looks a little green, but it will be very delicious. It's amazing how good these are and how much nutrition that they have. One for you and one for me. And I thought, after what we've done today, it might be nice to read something pleasant to uplift our spirit. Happy the soul that shall forget his own good, and, like the chosen ones of God, vie with his fellows in service to the good of all. So if I can teach one person how to grow something that they can eat and share with their friends and their animals, then I've done something good. Aloha. See you next time. Yeah, I even made a sign for them, and they just ignore it. They just walk right past and make a great big mess. I'm not sure what I'm going to do next, but I have a pretty good idea of what I'm going to make my next address sign out of.